see what's going
You
on.
included yourself until the and took it to another level. There's a difference from going in and checking. How you doing? What's going
How
on?
to another
All
level.
right, wait. Going to how's going on? You got it under control? Cool, I'm going back up in here. You took it upon yourself. Hey, tell him this, that, and the third.
That's not how I said it. I said very
But this,
calmly.
I can no. But I just said that calmly. This, that, and the third, very calmly. That's what I said.
Okay, I was making sure it was calm.
But that's what I'm saying. You took it upon yourself to initiate. Sometimes you don't have to initiate. You can let her handle it, like all the other previous situations you said she done before.
She wasn't emotional and upset.
You
Normally she
a
just
lying
you
Joe.
know, you see, you know Big Red. Big Red don't get
When
upset like
she
Big
get
Red say,
when she
I'm
gets
saying what it is,
upset,
and it is what it is.
no,
That's what it
she, when she,
is.
so you telling me all those other previous situations she's never gotten upset, knowing
No,
how her
not like
attitude
that. Not like
is,
that. Not like that. I'm being
knowing
honest
how
with you.
her attitude is, knowing
No.
how she
And
never got upset.
let me rephrase. I'm saying upset. When I'm saying upset, I'm not meaning she's snapping. I'm saying that she's felt tears are involved. And it doesn't seem like it's the tears of frustration. And that's when you like,
But
that
that's
ain't
why
normal.
you go in and
That ain't
say, hey,
normal.
you go in and say, hey, what's going on? Do you have it under control? Do I need to intervene? No, the
That's
difference.
what I did. I
You no,
said,
you
tell
did
me, give
not.
me a call. Tell him, give me a call.
No, you see what I'm saying? When you explain your story, since you can't tell it in detail, I can only nitpick from what you're telling
No,
me.
but what I'm saying to you, even with all that being said, if you said to me all that shit going, if you and CJ having, if you and CJ chilling and y'all arguing, and like it goes left, it goes super left, and Savage is out there going in like, got. Hey, yo, you good, my man? Hey, look, calm down. Look, yo, if it's something involving me, he said this, that, and the third. I'm like, hey, just tell him give me a call. Just tell him give me a call. Back. And to be honest with you, the way I said it was like, if he has anything to say, 'cause I said very calm, if he has anything to say, give me a call. And I don't think that if you see somebody getting, especially your significant other getting emotional about some stuff, you as a man, you're gonna jump out there and like, yo, what's wrong? What's good?
I'm
Hey,
no,
I don't want
I'm
you
gonna
getting
ask a
hostile.
question.
Calm down. Tell them to
I'm
call
gonna
me. We'll figure this out.
I'm gonna ask the question. What's going on? If it's something that you can handle, something that you have control over, I'm not going to intervene because there's no need for me to intervene if you have control over it. If you
So if your girl's crying, you're not gonna
if
intervene?
she if she's crying and I come talk to her and I ask her, "Are you okay? You got it under control?" and she says yes, I'm gonna take my step back and I'm be ready available to when she needs me. But at this point, even though she's crying, she doesn't necessarily need me. There's only to me, there's certain situations where you, yes, as a man, I'm in here. And in certain situations, you just take a step back, especially when you're the other person coming into a situation. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'll
That's all.
just say that I've always worked on the I've always predicated this when it comes to people I've dealt with.
You
I
you
never
feel
let,
you feel
huh?
very strongly about your wife.
No, no, no. It's
No,
like
no,
I
no.
don't.
You
Yeah, I
feel very
do.
strongly
But
about your
this,
wife,
but this,
and
she
I
wasn't my wife
understand.
then.
No, no, I'm
She
saying I
was,
understand.
yeah.
But no,
But
of course. But you felt this way about her for a long time, so I understand why you do the things you do and handle the situations when it comes to her the way you do. I was just trying to tell you sometimes. Wow, my point was being that someone's coming in. Hey, hey, you don't mess with this over here. This is I got this under control. You stay over there. I got this. You keep overstepping this boundary. You're bringing more drama into my life that I don't necessarily need because this is good. This situation is good. So if you can't understand your place and say, hey, all right, you got that under control. I'll let you deal with your baby mama. And she's not disrespecting you or she's not coming at you in any other way, there's no reason for you to do it. So either you're going to step back and understand that, or you're not going to be around. That's just it.
see, what do you think? He
Hmm.
just dip out. He just dip out.
No, CJ right there.
I was muted. My bad. No, I said I agree with Notes.
Yeah, there's no reason.
I'm a drama free person, so
That's it. I'm a drama free
if
person.
you trying to bring all that extra shit, like I'm not going through that. Period. I'm just
I'm
gonna cut you off. Like, no,
I
I'm
don't.
good.
I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it.
I'm not gonna
And
stress myself out over some shit I don't need to stress out over. Because
We stay.
if this is a problem now, it's bound to be a problem in the future. Fuck it.
I look at it like this though, and maybe it's just me, but I'm not gonna put myself in a situation that I have no control over. If I don't
Uh,
have any, if I don't have any
Sometimes
control over it,
I ain't gonna say
Got you
that
though.
because
Yeah, it happens.
sometimes you get into a situation where you ain't got no control. So
you
I ain't
have no
gonna
control.
I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna put myself in that situation.
You ain't gonna put
Sometimes
yourself
it
in
just
a
happens.
situation, but sometimes it just happens.
it
Yeah.
happens, and I get that part. I actually do get that part. But again, there was a time where me and my ex, I had to deal with the baby's father, and he didn't like me for nothing. I did nothing wrong. He hated my guts, all because I was with her.
Or because you
And
digging in them guts.
hey,
You were the
it,
replacement.
Exactly.
You were
He
the upgrade.
realized there was something he couldn't attain. He couldn't have no more.
Exactly. He's like, dang, you
You
got
were
it.
the upgrade.
Uh-uh.
So she was like, so that was just it. But like I said, it's just like I just don't want drama in my life. That's just it.
I'll be
If
I'll
you
be
bring
honest with
the
you,
drama
yo,
in,
I don't like people with if you I'm okay with people talking trash. You know me, I'm like, you can talk trash to me all day. I'm cool with that. But when you start affecting people outside of me that I hold dear, then I'm like, then I go into that whole protect mode. Hold on, let me put you behind me. What's going on?
you
What's going
can,
on? Come holler
yeah.
at me. Come holler at me.
But also, you can also protect them by not adding more drama to it.
Sometimes it's not about drama. Sometimes it's just about sometimes it's just about the nature of the game that people play with their kids. And it's not about you playing games. Sometimes people play that rah-rah when they play at people's emotions. And sometimes you gotta jump in and like, you're not gonna have that. Let me not get you involved. Because here's the thing. Y'all know how Angie acts. So it goes from 0 to 100 to a million. And then she's in that car going to the dude's house and there's an assault charge because she's like, you talk reckless. And I'm gonna show you how you talk reckless, things gotta get handled. I'm like, that's not what needs to get done. Let me holler at me. Let this person talk
But
to me.
it's also you can't tell. Okay, I'm gonna ask this question.
Hmm?
Reverse it. Let's say you're the father,
Hmm?
and there's somebody else with your baby mama.
That conversation when it happened with me.
Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
Sam. Let's reverse it. You're the father. Your baby mama has a new person.
Hmm.
Can that person dictate anything about your child to you?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
all right,
That
well,
If,
person,
let me let me
let
it's
me
not
let me ask
it's
this.
let me make sure it's nuanced. Let me make sure it's nuanced. If they're doing the things that I'm doing, then absolutely. If they're not, then that's a different conversation. But if you in there and you handling the business and my child is safe, my child is protected, you're doing making sure that she has what she needs, and whether you need to have conversation with me, if you want to have it, you can. If you don't, that's fine too. But if you doing what's going, if everything if you operate like I operate, there's nothing I can say to you, bro. As
they're
long as you're
not
putting your hands on
operating
them,
like you. They're not operating like
that's
you.
what I'm saying. I'm saying,
well,
well, that's a different story. It's a different
are
story.
you
Then yes, we can have a conversation like, nah, bro, what's going on?
are you
My
talking
girl's
about
saying
it in
this.
general, or are you talking about in general, or are you talking about that particular person right there that we're talking to?
No, no, not the pretty. I'm just saying in general. I'm
In
just
general,
saying
if you don't want to hurt
you
my
had
daughter,
a
again,
child with somebody and she has a new person in their life. That
mhm,
person is Joe's saying that person is doing what he feels is best for his child.
mhm,
That he won't have a problem them telling him what's best for his child.
we can have a
Okay.
discussion. But I'm not gonna
Nah.
argue a person down. I'm not gonna argue a person down. I'm
Ain't
definitely gonna
nobody
not.
telling me what's best for my child. I don't give a fuck who
But
you is.
Hear
You
me.
my child,
that's
Hear,
nigga.
why
hear me.
I said what I
Unless you the
said.
Hear me
mama,
out.
unless you the mama,
Hear me.
nah, you ain't
Hear me.
telling me
And
shit.
that's what it comes down to. If you sit back and say, hey, I have no trust in the person you had the child with, she living a reckless life. So I think that's a different story. But
What
this
you mean no
person's been
trust?
doing
It's
the
still
up
your
and up,
child.
That's still
bruh.
no
You
matter
But
pretty
what.
I'm
much
gonna
you pretty much telling somebody else, yeah, it's cool to raise my child. That's fine.
no, that's not
Yeah.
what I'm saying to you is unless it has something to do with you hurting my child or something's gonna be detrimental to my child. If my child doesn't like the fact that you tell her to go to bed at 9 o'clock, I can care. I don't care. If you tell my child, if you're a vegetarian and you're like, hey, we're gonna go vegan and yada yada yada, and I'm like, hey, baby, if you want to go get something, that's a different story. But I'm like, if you're not doing something that's detrimental, like I'm not one of the people who's like, hey, you can't. I'm like, bruh, there's a conversation for everything, but I'm not finna go crazy over somebody's like, hey, man, this is what I'm doing. This is what happened. If it's reasonable, what I'm gonna say? Well, don't make me have to. Like, bruh, I'm not unreasonable. I'm just like, I'm not sitting there. Maybe this is me. Maybe
Pretty
I'm
sure
looking at
that's
things
what we're
like, all right.
talking about, though.
But it
Yes,
goes
that's what I'm saying. I'm not unreasonable.
it
No,
goes to
I'm
this question.
saying that of course you ain't got to call somebody to tell them when they got to go to sleep at fucking 9 o'clock. Hey, cool, that's cool.
Well,
Obviously,
that's the case. I'm on
that's
board with that.
fine.
That's what I'm saying. I'm on board with that. I'm on board with that. I mean, we can have a conversation and it goes to the
And you
extremes.
you
But
overthought
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
No, what I mean by telling you how to raise your child, basically saying this is what I do. This is what I think you should do.
No, that's not gonna happen. That's
Exactly.
different.
So,
Because you didn't
cause
phrase it
he,
like that. You didn't phrase it like that. That's not how you phrase
That's
it.
them. That's dictating you how to raise your child.
Nah, because I dictate how John and Josh got raised. And my philosophy to Rob and Josh was like, yo, I'm gonna teach you how to be men. That's it.
so
It was
So,
nothing
so,
crazy.
so you will allow another man to teach your son how to be a man.
If it's things in line with what I'm saying, I don't have a problem with it. If it's
Then
different,
we're
if
not
it's
saying
different
you
from
should
what
not.
I'm saying, then it's different.
This is what you do. We're not saying if it's in line with the things you should. I said he's telling your son how to be a man from his perspective.
mm-hmm. I
Let me
and Joe,
retract my statement then. Let me retract my
and
statement. Then you're right.
I can say
Yes, I
I
would
can
have a
say
problem.
this.
Because
I can say
clearly, I
this
was like,
when
yo, if you ain't killing them, if it's making sense, I'm not. Because I go, my child, as crazy as it is, my child will call me. Whenever she does call me, but we have a conversation, and it's like, all right, cool, you good, we're good, and we have a conversation and keep it moving.
see
So I don't,
see
you know,
I don't want to put it out there because I shouldn't. But when my ex son came to me and asked me about pretty much the birds and the bees, I didn't know what to even tell him because I didn't know how to give him either the PG-13 version or the R-rated version of it because that's
First
not
of
my
all,
son.
I'm shocked somebody asked about the bird. That's crazy. I have never
Now,
heard
no, you,
somebody
in that
now
actually
you
ask
situation,
about that.
well, in that situation is either
curious.
you tell him that's for his mother or his father to explain to him.
And I told him that.
Then
It's
you
like I didn't want
refer
to,
back
and
to
that's
her.
boundaries.
Then you refer back to her and say, "Hey, such and such happened. I told him to talk to you and his father. If she gives you the okay, go ahead.
I differ. Don't ask me then, because I'm like,
I'm not
yo,
saying I'm not saying don't I'm not saying action it, but I'm saying if she feels like you're the father figure of the household and she feels like you would guide him the best way in that situation, then and you feel up to it, do it. Go ahead and do it. But if you feel uncomfortable doing it, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna let y'all handle that.
But that's
you know what?
boundaries, though, is it not? Wouldn't
Yeah,
that
that's
You
be?
what
know,
I'm saying. But that's why I said you referred her son to her and his father, and then you referred the information to her, and she gave you the okay. The
but
difference
what?
is giving you the okay, and then you taking it upon yourself to doing it and explaining to him the way that you explain to him that might not be conducive the way she wanted to explain it, or if he even wanted to know, she wanted him to know at the time. It's different. That's a way of going about it. It's a way of handling it, and then it's a way not to have it. You just gave him the information that you would have gave him about it, and he went about it his own way, and then his mother and father find out, it's gonna be an issue. But since you referred the information back, and she said, "Okay, cool," and she feels like you are pretty good at relaying information the best way possible to somebody at that point, and that's her child, then yes, why not?
Can I ask a dumb question?
Go ahead.
Why are we not assuming that the people that end up getting in a relationship, we take like, yo, I'll take into consideration if I'm gonna let somebody who I let tell things or say what their things, I let that be based upon the person that they're dealing with. So, for example, in my daughter's case, I know her mother. For all the good and the bad, I know that she's on point when it comes to the kids. I know she's always been on point. I know that she don't play games when it comes to her kids. I understand that she don't play games when it comes to things in general, but when it comes to her kids, she's very not my kids. So when I hear things like, "Hey, this person, I'm involved with this person," I take her character and say, "I know what kind of person she is. I can kind of, if she's letting this go, I know this something that is okay." Now, if I had a baby mother that was out there doing crazy stuff and she was just, yeah, I'm doing all this and and she was in the streets, yeah, I'm more prone to be like, no, just come over here. I got you. Because I was like, I think that's just me. I gotta give credit where credit due. Like, yo, you're a sensible adult. I believe in you. I know you'll do some stuff that makes sense. I don't think you'll pick a dude that's gonna do some crazy shit. I'm asking.
Sometimes you just don't know.
That's true. That's very true. But that's what you listen to the kids. Now, if my kid says something to me and it's not aligning, and I'm gonna ask a question, then that's when that question come up like, hey, I need to talk to you about what's going on right here, like that. But if it's on some, I y'all hear the stories I get in arguments about in this household with the people I deal with. You've heard some of the dumb stuff I've argued about.
I'm just saying.
You want me to tell you?
I'm
You
just
want,
saying
you want me to tell you?
when it comes to somebody kids, I'm not gonna dictate on how they should raise them, how they should discipline them, how they should do anything because can't nobody tell me nothing about mine if I had any. That's just how I'm playing it. Straightforward.
Right.
I'm not gonna tell you how to raise your kids. But that's you because you couldn't tell me different.
Right. Right.
I'll give you an example.
Whether they're in my household or not, these are your kids. You raise them how you want to. There's going to be certain rules and standards that they have to abide by in my household, but I'm not telling you how to raise your kids when they're your kids.
So let me give you an example. So let me ask you a question. Kid acts out of line in your household with your girl. If it's her child, it's a boy. He's acting out of line, unruly, acting out. You
Come
gonna
get your
step back
son.
and be like, hey man, you might have to figure that shit out, girl. You gonna figure that
Come
shit out.
get
I
your
don't know what
son.
you're
That's
doing.
it.
Huh?
Come get your son because the way I handle situations, you might not approve of it. So if you don't want me to handle it the way I handle it, come get your son. Plain and simple.
So,
Okay.
do you believe in punishment still?
Me
I,
or him?
I do punishments. I whoop ass. I take electronics. I do. They trust me. My nieces know. If you don't abide by certain shit, I'm taking everything. If you get to the point where I feel you disrespected me, I'm whooping your ass. So that's just how it is. So, but if your child is in my household and they're wilding, before I even do anything, hey, this is what's going on. This is how I handle certain situations. You
Mm-hmm.
don't like how I handle it? Come get them. Because if it happened again, this is what's going to happen. That's it and that's all. If you continue to not listen to just ignore it, and then your son come and say, oh, he whipped my ass, that's it and that's all. Come talk to me because I've already had this conversation with you before. That's just it and that's all. I'm going to make sure you understand how I handle situations before I take the initiative to do it. That way, if we disagree, I can say, hey, let's figure this out. Or, hey, come get the nigga. Because I'm not going to deal with certain situations.
I so let me ask you a question. Y'all have heard all my gambits of shit I've gone through here. Y'all didn't see the whole gambit. CJ
Now,
might not.
now,
Savage
now,
may
now.
not have seen it.
Hold on,
Savage
hold
may
on,
not
hold
have
on.
seen it
Hold on, hold
early
on.
because
Hold
I
on,
was
hold
going
on, hold
against
on.
hard.
Hold on, hold on, hold
Now,
on.
now, when they get of age, that's a different story.
That's what I'm saying to you. Y'all see,
That's a different
y'all
story.
see
I know where
them,
you're headed. I know
y'all
where
see
you're
that they
headed.
were young,
That's
and
a
you see them
different
get older.
story.
So
When
I'm
you're
telling you,
older and you're supposed to be handling situations as a man, this is what's going to happen. You're a man,
that's what I'm saying to
we're
you.
going to handle
The
it like
gambit.
men.
That's what
That's
I'm
it.
saying.
Now, if
That's
you,
what makes me clarify. That's what makes me clarify.
I'm talking about when they're younger and they, no.
Okay,
When you're a
there you go.
man, if you say you're a man and you're old enough to be declared a man, and I have a right to whoop your ass with no consequences or anything, then we're gonna handle it like men.
But see, hold
Otherwise,
up. Hold up.
Why?
See, you
still love
said
him, but
that,
you still love him. You just like, it's a gambit. I got to show
It
you.
is what it is.
but you say that. But what if your girl would say you cannot touch my child, and
If her, and
they
I'm gonna
acted
tell
a
you,
straight fool. They acted
straightforward.
ignorant with you.
Straightforward.
He
I'm gonna
out.
say like this: he can act a straight fool, but if he touched me as a man, I'm touching him back.
Say it with your chest. Say it
Wait,
with your
so
chest.
even
Wait,
though that
period.
is your
You can,
girl's son,
even though that's
that
my
Don't
girl's
matter.
son, if he's old enough to feel like he a man, and legally binding in the United States said he is considered a
I
man.
pledge allegiance
18.
to the flag.
I'm 18, 21, whichever one. Legally binding said you're a man, you
You're a
wildin',
Mexican.
and you touch me, that's it. Whether she like it or not. Now, after I whoop his ass, we're gonna have a conversation of what you want to do from this point forward, whether you want to deal with me or not. But
that was
I have
the
a
next
right,
question I was gonna ask. That
I
was
have
the
a
next question I was
right to
gonna ask.
defend myself on whoever it is.
And
Whether
here's
your
a,
son, my son, the nigga down the street, the nigga around the corner.
here's a question I give you to. Here's a question I give to you, Falcon. I had to explain to people all the time. You can be a child in level of how old and you're somebody's child. To you, you're your mother's child, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you a grown ass man.
You
Absolutely.
no
You
matter
can
what
be a
age you are,
child and be a grown ass man at the same
listen,
time.
no matter what age you get, you could be 100. You are still someone's child, no matter what.
Say less. That's what give you that
No
point
matter
of reason
what.
because sometimes you got to hit people with that logic. Like, yo, see what you're looking at it is looking at them as being a child when in reality that's a grown man. He could be your child, but the
Every other nigga you
functionality still
saw
that's a grown
before
man.
was somebody's child, so it don't matter.
Didn't matter.
No,
Didn't
I
matter.
agree.
Didn't matter.
I agree
Don't matter.
100% on that. I agree 110% on that. So you ain't gonna hear nothing
It
negative about me on that.
don't matter. But
I
yeah,
I just wanted to be clear because there have been times where I want to like hit the dude in the chest because he was wilding out, lying to his moms. I'm like, yo, you can't be doing that to your mom. Like, she told you one thing and you sit there and blatantly lied to her. That's where I have a problem with that. But again, I
I know
could
that's hard.
how
I
old was
can't.
this kid?
He was 14.
All right, well, there's nothing you can do about that situation.
Look. Look. And I
Nothing
say
you can
this
do
to you.
about that
I say this to you. I
situation.
say this to you. Falcon, you've heard me go for, and also it matters the kind of person you are as well. Because most people will sit back and say, I get benefit of the doubt because you know my character. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not here to
Mm-hmm.
harm you. I'm doing everything I can to help you at all best. But if you take me to this level, it's at this level. It is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. You have opened the door. I'm simply walking through it.
This is how you break this down to that 14-year-old. I'm gonna tell you like this. This is between you and your mama. I am not in it. But as a man, I am here to protect your mother. If you do anything I feel like you touch your mama, do anything I feel that's gonna harm her, then we're gonna have a problem. But you can talk all you want to because that's not my that's the relationship you have with your mom, and she allowed you to have that relationship because she didn't nip it in the bud when she was supposed to. That's her problem. She has to deal with it the way she has to deal with it. But while I'm here, you're not gonna touch her. You're not gonna do anything that I feel that's gonna bring harm to her because I am here to protect her. I'm here to protect you also.
No,
I'm not gonna let her go overboard if she whipping your ass and I see blood. I'm gonna go in there and I might have to step in and intervene and say, hey, calm down. But
Hey, and he
don't
asked for it. He asked for it.
don't
Like,
don't
hold on,
don't
hold on.
think don't think I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna tell her the same way. That's your son. You handle that situation. You want to let it get to this part. You and your baby daddy got to figure out why he got that mouth. That
right.
I ain't worried about that.
I'm
But
a,
if
I'm
he
a,
touch you, then that's when I'm gonna step in. I don't care. I
I'm
don't care words and all that.
No,
You
I